Today we'll show how to make a simple battery charger from an adapter. But before everything, remember to subscribe, especially for a chance to win a future grand prize. Okay, remember to subscribe. Without subscriptions, it's not going to work. Anyway, so today we'll show how to make a simple battery charger, DC battery charger. So this is an adapter. Everybody these days has an adapter like this at home from cell phone charger to whatever, like laptop charger adapters that has a jack on the other end, a jack like this. Trying to focus, yeah. So jack like this. So all you need is two clamps like this. You can use the clamp, or you can these are copper clamps, so I can actually weld on these. I can solder this wire as I cut open here, and I can solder the positive in the red one and negative in the black one. So it's just to make it easy to clamp on the battery post that you are trying to recharge. Now this would be a trickle charge, seriously trickle charge, because this is only, what does it show here? This is only 300 milliamp. So it's written 300 milliamp. So the few things to check is the output, the input. First, the input. The input is here. I don't know if you can see. The input says 120 volt AC. Well, in North America, we're 110, 120 volts. Outside the world, I think it's 220 or 240 volts, double of this, right? So AC, and the output is in this case 0.45 volts, I guess. No, 4.5 volts. 4.5 volts DC. So this is important. This is DC. If you need a DC adapter, then you gotta make sure that the output is DC, not AC, because you'll have some adapters that has output as AC or alternating current. DC is direct current. So for regular car battery or rechargeable battery, you need DC, not AC. So 4.5 volts DC and 300 milliamp. This is the most important thing. If you go like up to 1 amp, which is okay, it will charge the battery faster. But if it's 300, 500 milliamp, it's fine, because this is gonna do trickle charge. To recharge a battery, it might take 3-4 days, but it will revitalize the battery. A lot of older batteries will be actually lead acid battery. I'm talking about rechargeable lead acid batteries can be revitalized just by giving milliamp recharge. Now remember one thing, this adapter, once it's converted to recharge the batteries, it's not going to be auto shut off. So you still have to check that the batteries are, once they're recharged, you have to shut them off by yourself. It's not going to turn off by itself. So just by unplugging this adapter from off the wall. Now, another important thing you have to check. This is the sign. You see that there is a negative at the center of a circle, and then there's a line, and it shows a dot, a circular dot, white dot there, that shows, this is kind of arrow, it's showing that a white dot in the center is positive. What does it mean? Well, this tells everything. You need to know that. So this tells, this is the output of the adapter, right? So this outside is this outside surface is showing outside surface right here. The arrow is showing this negative is the outside surface. So that means the wire that's connected to this outside metal plate, this outside metal plate is negative in this case. Not all the adapters are same, some are just the opposite. So the center, you see there's the insulation, this black rubber is insulating between negative and the center positive. So this center is the positive here, and that's what they're showing right here, that the center is the positive. Center is the positive, so inside. So the wire, how to know which wire is positive, which one is negative? I slightly use the knife. That's why the knife is there, for nothing else, okay? So let's focus again. Yeah. So I chisel it here slowly with the knife and take it off, just like that. Take the cover off and be careful not to disconnect both of the lines at the same time, okay? Let's move this way. Okay, so in this case, as you can see, so this is connected, this wire is connected to the outside. You see that's it's soldered here to the outside. And the other wire is connected to the inside. There's the inside or the center, the probe for the center pin, right? And this is the outside. So the outside in our case is, as it shows here, outside is negative. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this wire open here, just one, not both of them at the same time. This is outside wire, so this is negative. This is going to be connected to the black one or negative one. So I'm going to quickly do that. We can solder it there, or in this case, I'll not solder right now. I'll just show how to crimp it there. So just for easier understanding, I didn't cut it off yet, but I just opened the center of the wire just by pulling. It opens up, right? Now I'm going to connect this guy to the negative and the other one to the positive. So bear with me. So I took it off the negative surface, and now, so because I'm not soldering now, eventually I'll solder though, so I just wrapped it around this black insulation, so it will be tighter in this hole, because this is pretty big, right? This is pretty big. I might as well just squeeze it for now on the side of it, just to show. So one is done. I actually squeezed it right in there. So that's why I wrapped the wire on top of this insulation to make it thicker. Thicker is better in this case, so it's holding pretty tight. Now the other one, so that's negative, and now we're gonna disconnect this guy. We're gonna disconnect this and connect it to the positive. So this is the positive. So I open it a little extra length. Now I'm gonna wrap it around this, just like the other one. So this one goes in the red. So it's done now. This is negative, this is positive, without mixing up. And even if the adapter doesn't have a direction, which side is negative, which side has to be positive, these are more sophisticated adapters, so it's gonna actually invert it, and make sure that this is always negative, positive, and this is going to be always negative. So, and this clamp is pretty strong. Oh, okay, sorry about that. This actually bites pretty hard. Didn't expect this to be this hard. It's strong. So this is positive. Now we're gonna try it. I'm gonna show a small battery that that's been not holding charge anymore because it's not hasn't been recharged for a while, and there is no alternator recharging it on an ongoing basis. So the battery that we're gonna recharge is a 6-volt battery. So now this is output is 4.5 volts. This is something also important. If the output is 12 volts or 24 volts, 18 volts, you cannot recharge the 6 volts battery with the output that is 24 volts. Maybe you can try, but I wouldn't. Okay. So this is the battery you're gonna recharge. Always read the instruction. What the instruction says. This is lead acid battery. This also says it can take input voltage of up to probably 13 volts and capacity 0.3, or this is the capacity of charging instruction at +5 to +35 degrees Celsius. So it's given there. So this is positive, and lift it up a little bit, and this is negative. So positive goes in first, although it's not plugged in yet. Negative last, and now I'll plug it in. So I just plugged it in the garage actually, because I don't want to do it inside the house. So probably it's gonna take 5-6 hours, maybe a little more than that. And let's see if it can revive this battery. This battery is pretty old, about 6 years, 5-6 years. So it may not work at all. Never been recharged. It's been as a backup computer stuff, backup battery. Now, okay, so this is a quick and dirty way to make an adapter. By the way, another way to test if the adapter working or not is to have a voltmeter and maybe touch the negative, one probe to the negative and other probe to the ground like the concrete or so, and see if it's actually bringing some current. It'll show what the voltage there. Okay, so hope this helps.